Okay guys, so welcome to the next video. Now this video is about hormones and how hormones affect your body storing fat in specific areas, and why if you've got unbalanced hormones then your body's always going to be storing fat and you won't lose weight. So the goal basically to work towards is balancing your hormones. Now you can do this in different ways through the lifestyle that you lead and the foods and environmental outside circumstances that affect your body. Some we can help, some we can't. So what I wanted to do is go through the main hormones that affect the body, and to a certain degree you can tell if your body's holding body fat in a particular area, then why that is the case. So what I want to explain to begin with is say that it doesn't matter what training or calorie counting program you follow, a toxic body with unbalanced hormones will always hold body fat and struggle to build lean muscle. So why is this and what can be done to change this? Well, firstly, let's examine the hormones and how they work. Hormones are actually part of the endocrine system, and that's a set of glands within the body, and they deliver chemical messages from one cell to another. As I said, they're affected by various factors within our life, both internal and external. Hormones control our hunger, mood, growth, function, energy levels, and play an important part in whether the body burns fat or stores it. Specific hormones affect the amount of body fat that your body stores. As I mentioned before, unbalanced hormones, which is dysfunctional glandular system, meaning one hormone will be high and then another low, can lead to all manner of health-related problems and especially weight gain. So the three main hormones which contribute to fat storage in the body are cortisol, estrogen and insulin. So just going to examine kind of what they are and how they affect you. So cortisol is a stress steroid hormone produced by the adrenal glands, and the role of cortisol really is to manage stress levels within the body. Cortisol creates the fight or flight feeling that we have. So it helps us get up in the morning, it helps us react to situations. Back in our primal days, if a saber-toothed tiger jumped out in front of us, it would help us to react and run away. So we need cortisol to actually do things and feel that nerves, that butterflies, but it can be detrimental at the same time. So we need emergency situations, but excessive cortisol through too much stress means our bodies will go into fat storage mode rather than use fat for energy. Now the next thing is insulin. So when we eat too many carbs, insulin becomes the body's fat storage hormone. Produced by the pancreas, it regulates the glucose and simple sugars that provide energy in the blood. Insulin has a profound effect on our metabolism. And if you consume too much sugar within food, then we're called unstable highs and lows of blood energy levels. But basically what it means is your body absorbs the sugar from the food too quickly and then can't use it for energy, and in return store it as fat. The other problem is when insulin levels are high, cortisol, which is I mentioned is our stress steroid hormone, is also released as your energy is put under more stress. So it's a double whammy really. Again, so the idea is we want to balance the blood sugar levels by consuming foods which are lower on the GI scale, you know, the sugars that are going in. So that's really important as well. And then also, whilst we're doing that, is eliminating the stress, the cortisol hormone within the body. So again, we do that by our lifestyle, the food we consume, our actions, sleep, exercise, all of it together. So the things to bear in mind with cortisol as well, if you're doing too much exercise, if you're ramming yourself into the ground and you're training too hard day after day after day, then again that's going to ramp your your cortisol levels up, and you'll be storing fat rather than use it for energy, and you'll be breaking down the muscle, which isn't the goal. The goal either. I mean, other hormones which I've got on here as well is ghrelin and leptin. Now, I've got some notes on these because, to be honest, ghrelin and leptin are fairly new. I mean, ghrelin is just to bear in mind at the same time. Ghrelin is basically it's a hormone released by the stomach. It controls our kind of hunger hormone, tells us when to eat and how much. Now, leptin is a hormone produced in the fat cells, and from the research I've looked at so far, it suggests that both hormones are affected by excessive weight. So you're excessively overweight, and that's really more when ghrelin leptin comes into play. So that's something to bear in mind as well. Now, another thing with going to estrogen, if you're estrogen dominant, then and your hormones are unbalanced, as I've said, and you've got excess estrogen, then this can actually block the stimulation from your thyroid, and you can have underactive thyroid, and that's going to have a knock-on effect for gaining weight and making you feel sluggish and having a slow metabolism, because excess estrogen turns food into fat. Yeah, so basically, and also with the estrogen side of it, it stops the production of progesterone, which is like it breaks up the estrogen production. And if you've got excess estrogen, then that affects the progesterone as well. So that's something to bear in mind. Now, going back to what I was saying before about why do we store fat where we do? If you think about belly fat, for instance, now if you're storing a lot of body fat around your midsection, such as your belly, then this will mean your cortisol levels are high, and your body is pretty much telling you that it's stressed out. This can be, as I mentioned before, various factors: toxic high processed food and drink, alcohol, reaction to pharmaceutical drugs, emotional stress of work, or the body is lacking in nutrients. So this is really important. To decrease belly fat, it doesn't matter how many crunches you do, you will not be able to sculpt like a six-pack or a decent midsection, because your body can't turn fat into muscle, obviously. You must first address the issue of cortisol and reducing the adipose tissue, which is the fat around your midsection. So as I said, this is why the stress management and food is so crucial. If you actually want to get lean and you want to see defined muscles, it doesn't matter about the ab crunches. And to be honest with you, ab crunches for me in my program aren't really included anyway. So we work more on stabilization exercises. So fat around the thigh and bums generally means your estrogen levels are high, and you need to cut out like genetically modified soy, grains, bread, pasta, beer, made with hops. Even the water that we drink has high estrogen levels now, birth control pills. So all factors like that can affect it as well. So I think I'll give you a general idea of the three main ones: the cortisol. The insulin is more, again, related to your too many carbs and your fat metabolism. So if your insulin if you've got like love handles, or you've got fat which is hanging around over the jeans, around your waist, then that's to do with your insulin levels. As I said, cortisol is all in your midsection, and I've lost my train of thought completely. Oh yeah, sorry, and estrogen is more around your bum, hips, thighs, that type of area. So all of these can actually be balanced through balancing your hormone and detoxifying your food. And another one for estrogen is eating a lot of green plant-based food can help massively with estrogen, being estrogen dominant. So hopefully that's give you a good idea, guys, of some of the reasons and some why different hormones affect the body in different ways, and can having unbalanced hormone will turn your body into burning fat rather than using it for energy and building muscle. Excellent. Okay, great stuff. I hope that's helped you.